I wish I had an explanation. Um, I don't. I'm as dumbfounded as y'all. No indication that that was going to happen, but it did. So now we have to deal with it, all the ramifications that come with it, and respond.
How do you deal with a night like this and what you make of
Let me tell you something, man. This is 2024, brother. This old coach you see here would deal with it a lot different. But in 2024, hey, man, you get them a chicken finger and say, we'll see you tomorrow. Figure it out. That's what you do.
You feel like this might be one of those games where the other team just couldn't miss it.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously, they've had a, I like Scott. We visited before the game. They've had kind of a tough year. But again, in all the pre to this, I told you if you let the game just be loose and easy. Everybody, I talk to coaches or kind of watch how they respond to the media or their own people after games. And most every coach, as we have been accumulating some momentum and some wins, they've all said, man, UAB's what is the common thing? Well, they're really physical, tough, they're physical. And that's who we are. And tonight, for whatever reason, we just chose not to be that. That's a choice. We just chose not to do it. And then you give them momentum and they start making shots. Then you're on your heels all night and you're down 25 and I guess we cut it to 15 or so. But it's hard. The reason it's hard to come back from 25 because you expend so much energy and then you just defensively, man, it was deja vu. It reminded me of McNeese State where our fight just was not there. We just kind of tucked our tails and took it. And that to me, okay, if that happens in mid-December when you're trying to figure out who you are, well, we know who we are. We've shown what we're capable of doing. For us to respond back to that, I'm not going to go Patino on you, but I got some thoughts.
when you have a night like this? What is it all about the response? Nothing you do about this one now.
Yeah, you just got to, our goals now are pretty simple. I mean, there was still an outside shot. I mean, obviously we'd had to thread the needle, but there was still an outside shot to be up there where you want to be. Now our next goal would be to find a way to get that double bye. Can we finish in the top 4 somehow, some way? And in the loss column, I think we were even with a couple of our people fighting for that. And then we play, I know at least one of those. So we still have some control, but we've got to certainly play a lot better than we played tonight.
What were they doing, particularly in that first half? It seemed like that's so much of a pain.
Ball screen coverage. It's all ball screen coverage. College basketball is all ball screen coverage. And just mistakes. Our inability to communicate and talk our way. If you're not talking defensively against a team like Rice, where schematically they're going to put you in positions where there has to be some communication between two defenders who are together, because one of those guys is going to cut this way and the other one's going to cut that way. And it's not always the same guy. So we have to communicate through that. We know that. I mean, we lost at Rice, I guess, 2 years ago, but that's the only time. And we've been pretty good in the action. But different team, man, different team. It's the first time this team's seen it, and they didn't respond to it.
You think that would be a little combined loss with a lot of the open threes area? I think there's 2 guys, 7 combined.
Yeah, Guy Mason. And then what's crazy is they had a couple kids that they had to be career highs coming in off the bench. They haven't played all year. I thought their freshman Dawes played good. Number 0, Sam. Like he goes for 10. I bet he hadn't had 10 all year. They had guys step up and respond, man. They started Andrew Achua in place of their normal guy, Keanu Dowes, at the 4. And I think they did that just to be able to match up with Yax, and he goes for 18 points on 7 for 8. Those guys responded. We gave them some life. When you're a team that's having the year that Rice is having, I don't know what their record is, but it's certainly below 500 by a number of games. When you're having that type of year, you're just kind of looking for something, a little spark, a little fun. They've lost 3 in a row. we gave them the opportunity. We gave them life. That we gave them that. With our inability to, not only did we give up 94 points, but we shoot 34% in our own building against the team that I think was 13th out of 14 in defensive efficiency in the American Athletic Conference. So it's just a complete collapse. Again, it is what it is. I've got to deal with it, and I've got to try to get these guys to finish strong.
You mentioned Jax there, just going against, with his matchup, we've seen him last few games, he's been able to dominate, but, he's still in that, kind of transition year of learning, what it's like to play Division I rather than JUCO. Do you think this is a matchup that can maybe, make him really realize that, it is easy, just size and speed that they get it done?
I love Yax. Yax has been a tremendous player for us. But his edge now, guys, I mean, the attention to detail, those things have just got to get better. Just got to get better. And they will, because he wants to get better. And they will. We've got, Yax will listen. Yax does try to respond. Again, this is just a complete brand new game for him. And you see his natural abilities. He always is around the ball. He ends up with 7 offensive rebounds tonight. I think about 5 of them were on that one possession. But our upperclassmen, man, the time's ticking, guys. I mean, we've got to have some guys step up with some consistency, and tonight certainly was not that night. Thank you.